what's got to be my favorite body shape in the current Mercedes-Benz range, the Gansta. Yeah, the CLA. We just did a test on the A35 AMG, so we're not going to talk too much on that. We're going to look at the CLA version, because this is the CLA35 AMG. Look at the front spoiler, how low it is, how mean it is. The gill effects over here, all for aerodynamics, all giving you there. There's even a little air scoop over here at the front. It all is just there to allow for aerodynamics, for speed, for pace, for everything else. Beautiful 19-inch mag wheels, look at those. They are stunning. Yep, as I said, powered by, of course, that 2-litre turbo engine, 4Matic all-wheel drive system that Mercedes have perfected as well. What I love about the CLA shape, of course, has got to be the frameless windows and doors. Just really, the sedan coupe done brilliantly. It really looks good. You open up the back door. Yes, I know that your roofline is compromised because you want to create the coupe look. But when you look inside there, who cares? Really, you've got those sport seats in the front. You've got the two-tone leather interior over here. Plenty of legroom when you set the seats for myself to drive, that's for sure. So no issue with that whatsoever, and enough legroom on the current headroom on the current generation as well. I've proven that before, there's no problem. You've got ISOFIX as well in the back, just in case mommy wants this car. Because who doesn't want it, quite honestly? You come around to the back over here, you take a look at the practical side of the car now. Check out that boot. It's about 400 odd litres of boot space. No spare wheel under the board because this is run flat territory. Not even going to discuss it. No, you don't get a little button to push to close the boot. You've got to do it yourself. But the spoiler, of course, makes it easy to close. I told you, AMG CLA35, rear diffuser at the back that looks seriously mean. And talk about big bore rear exhausts. You've got a pair of them over there that you use and can give you the sound effect from that 225 kilowatts, 400 newton meters of torque that this 2-litre 4-cylinder petrol engine fettled by AMG puts down through all four wheels through a Speedmatic, the AMG automatic gearbox, 7-speed, but the AMG fettled one as well with quicker shifts than normal. Let's see from the driver's seat. On the road, what a machine to be driving. I'm just cruising at 120 right now and it's smooth, it's comfortable. Yeah, that ride could be that bit softer, but really you want it like this because you know what it's capable of if you push it. This is not a circumstance to be pushing in, so I'm not going to. But it's really stunning. It's easy, it's comfortable. I've got space, the air conditioning's pumping. It's one of those cars that I said just now has a dual personality. I could live with this one every day, that's for sure. Because if I want to go on a trip out to the country like we have now, returning back to Joburg from Bella Bella, well, what a pleasure to cruise in this and averaging 6.5 litres per 100, as I've shown you, and it certainly has done that so comfortably. You've got to slow down here for some traffic, but no problem whatsoever. You've got every safety measure you could ever want in a car as well, so it certainly covers you there. But yes, if you want to get a bit wild and enjoy the 225 kilowatts, you can do it. But as a cruiser, wow, I'll take this one any day. Behind the wheel of the CLA35 AMG, yes, it's got the standard Mercedes instrumentation. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but I want to show you a figure. We're on a country cruise today. No, unfortunately, you can't enjoy the power like I'd really love to. You need a racetrack for that. But today we have averaged 6.3 litres per 100 kilometers on this cruise with this kind of power. Wow. You look up over here, and I doubt you're going to see it, sadly. You can just see flickering. But you've got a very interesting heads-up display that gives you rev counter, speed, everything that you want as well, all showing on that, and a really interesting one. You've got the normal multifunction steering wheel. I don't have to discuss that. You've, of course, got that column shift on the gears with lovely substantial pedals, which yes, you can use. But down here, of course, is where the AMG comes in again with the knob over here that you turn to change, of course, your settings on the multi-mode transmission, and to show you where you are on your transmission, to sport plus, to individual, and over here the other set of extra buttons to change your settings for dampers, to turn off the DSC, etc, etc. It's all over there. You've also got a very interesting function over here, dynamic select. You can see how much of the engine output you're using and figures like that, of course, on the M-Bucks multi-mode infotainment stroke just system that gives you all the information system that you could ever want. It's all there for you. You know what it's about. Again, I'm not going to show you. You've of course got the interchangeable interior lighting, the ambient lighting that you can change with the system, you know, the voice activated system. I'm not going to play with it again today. We've got a panoramic sunroof up above us, and I showed you the two-tone interior that looks so stunning. This is a car that, believe me, has pretty much everything you want. It's got it all. I don't know how else to phrase it. You've got controls over here as well for the dynamic, for switching in and out various functions that you want, most of which are mirrored on the steering wheel as well, so you can choose where you want it. Space enough in the back, I mentioned just now as well. But this is an animal of two parts. Tame, you can cruise like we did at 6.3 liters per 100, sticking to national speed limits and being good, or you can unleash the animal in it. Simple as that. I'm sure you heard that rev over there. As I kept remembering, I have got it in Sport Plus mode as well, so you can play with that, etc. It changes the noise on the exhaust. It changes everything when you go into those modes. Wow. I've been privileged enough to drive the AM45 the other day, now the CLA35. I said I love this body shape. This suits me down to the ground. But I'm being spoiled. Engine-wise, it's the same. You got that all-wheel drive. You've got all those features. So what's it going to cost you? Well, standard base spec, normal spec, call it what you want, on a CLA35 will cost you 950,000 Rand, including Mercedes 5-year, 100,000 kilometer full maintenance plan. If you ask me, it would be money well spent. You've got BMW's 135/235 Grand Coupe. You've got competitors, yes. But there's something about the CLA in particular and the gangster attitude that just works for me. For my matters, I'm Eleanor, and I'll see you next time.